Hello, just another INFJ ramble, really quick. I wanted to cover a couple of things. The first thing was guilt, feeling guilty, feeling bad. I think the conscience is in place as a gauge to let you know if you're doing something that is inhumane or humane. That is, if you have a conscience. I think narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths don't have conscience, and they don't realize that some of the things that they do are malicious and hurtful, you know. But for those of us who do have consciences, if that is even a word, I don't know. I could have just made it up. Consciences. No, so if you do have a conscience, and you do feel guilty and you feel bad, I feel like that's something that you need to work on. Because, I know we don't go out of our way to make someone feel bad or to create chaos. We're not doing it consciously. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce my words today. In fact, we go out of our way to accommodate people, to make people feel comfortable, and usually to a point of, I guess, overextending ourselves and sacrificing ourselves, So if you are that type of person, which I believe INFJs are, you should really, really consider or reconsider feeling guilty or bad about anything. Because feeling guilty and feeling bad actually is a waste of mental energy. It's a negatively charged emotion that you don't have to feel. I mean, you can feel it, but then you have to recognize why it's so detrimental to keep holding yourself accountable or like excessively criticizing yourself and torturing yourself, you know what I mean, for making a mistake. I believe like mistakes are like, how do I say, necessary steps in progression, or even like necessary so that you can kind of move into another level of seeing and being, you know what I mean? Because it's all experimental. We're all here having a human experience, and if we don't make mistakes, we can't refine ourselves, and we can't like redefine ourselves, and we can't like operate in a limitless way, because we're constantly putting limitations on ourselves by guilt tripping ourselves. You know what I mean? I have no idea if I am making sense, but that was on my mind, and I thought it was important for us to recognize how, I guess, feeling guilty or feeling bad is so, I guess, harmful towards ourselves. I mean, we're humans, we make mistakes, right? So it's a part of life. It's kind of like when you're learning to walk, right? When you're a baby, you fall down, you pick yourself up again, but you don't feel bad about it. You just keep falling and picking yourself up, falling, picking yourself up, until one day you can walk and then run and then fly. But you don't feel bad about the mistake. You don't feel bad about faltering or failing. You just pick yourself up and keep moving it along. I mean, that's what life is, right? And like I said, if you have a conscience, if you're not going out of your way to hurt someone maliciously, then there's nothing to really feel bad about, I'm guilty of it. I think I've always like had these high expectations, and I'd hold myself accountable, and if I fell short, or if I just didn't meet my standard, I would feel bad. I would feel guilty. But I think, again, this is because of our need to control external circumstances because of abandonment issues, but I think if you recognize that and you realize that, you know, you are having a human experience and you're not perfect. We're all learning and trying and doing in every moment. That's all that matters. You know, instead of wasting your energy on guilt tripping yourself or guilt tripping others or feeling bad, use that energy, transmute it into something more effective and efficient. You know what I mean? Use that energy to push forward and push through obstacles so that you can become a better human or a better person in general. And that's what we've been doing for most of our life, you know. I still have a lot to learn. I feel like if you think you know everything, you probably don't know anything at all. And I can honestly say, I don't know anything, you know. I'm just kind of like moving through things, and everything is just so transient and so like, I don't know the word, that even when you think you know something, by the time you know it, it's already changed, and then you got to kind of adapt to that. You know what I mean? So you never really know anything, you know? And that's what humility is. Anyhow, I'm gonna end it. If you learned something from this video, that's great. If you didn't learn anything, that's great too. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day, and blessings to one and all. Amen.